towards the basket, misses this one.
Well, hello once again, and welcome to the season finale of the award-winning Inside IUE Sports Show. I'm your host, Caleb Gidlock, and as always, another great show all the way for you today. First up, joined by Seth Reynolds from the track and field team. Seth recently qualified for nationals in the 110-meter hurdles and the 400-meter hurdles. Seth, thanks for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, let's just start off by talking a little bit about the conference meet. How'd that go for you?
Conference meet went great for us. We had a lot of people, we had a lot of PRs. A lot of personal bests dropped by several seconds, a lot of medals. I know if I go through, there's tons of names. Mitch Burleson, he PR'd in the 400, the 200. Justin Lowe, he PR'd in the 400, broke 50 seconds, great for him. Dustin Reynolds PR'd in the 800. Nate, he had a PR and a school record in the discus. In the girls' side, we had 5K. By Ashley, the 800 by Sarah. High jump, we got 3rd and 4th for the girls. Ben in the 5K. So, I mean, all the way around, everyone was PR and having a great day. So it made it a lot of fun to be there and be with the team, especially when we're all dropping our times and placing and getting medals.
Oh, for sure. Doing well is always fun, right?
Yes, it's always, yeah.
Well, how did it go for you personally?
For me, it was great. So I won in the 110 hurdles. Not my best time, but I hit a couple hurdles, but it was okay. And then the 400 hurdles, it was a great race. I was coming in, seated 3rd. I think I was behind first place by like two or three seconds. And another guy in first, he had already qualified for nationals with the A standard. He's a great runner from Rio Grande, and that race was a great race. I ended up beating him by 0.01 seconds, and so I hit the A standard, he hit the A standard. And then another guy that was seated at 2 seconds behind him also hit the A standard. So it was an amazing race to watch, and it was great to be a part of that.
All right, well, let's talk about the 400-meter hurdles race at the conference meet. You personally knocked 3 seconds off of your PR. That was also a race where there's 3 different people that met the national standard for that A standard that you talked about.
Yeah, I always knew that I had the ability to run either A or B standards. I was more thinking the B standard, but I knew if I just was well-rested, and my mind was in there, was right. I knew that I could run if I just stayed, if I had the energy that I'd be able to make it through there. And as the race started, I got out a little slow, but as we started coming down to the back 150, I knew I wasn't too far away from him. And Coach always says arms up, knees up at the end of the race. I started lifting arms and knees, and I started slowly running them down. And at the end, I leaned just a little bit further than the kid from Rio. I was able to beat him out. And another kid, I'm not sure what school he was from, but he was right there along with us, pushing us all the way through. So it was amazing for all 3 of us to hit the A standard.
Nice. For those at home that don't know, though, what is the difference between the A and B standard?
So the A standard, it's automatic qualify into the nationals, and B standard is you're not automatically qualified. You get to bring so many people, I think, as a team, and as so many people can qualify for the B standard, like in the nation. So you can't have like 30 people all be B standards. You can only take a certain amount. So you take all the A's and then the B's to fill up the rest of the cap room that you have there.
Okay.
So A's faster, B's harder to get to a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, just go ahead and recap the outdoor season as a whole for us.
The outdoor season as a whole, we did really good. Everyone dropped amazing times. Coach Schmader did a great job with us, I think. Preseason, a lot of us were thinking, man, this kind of sucks. This year's going to be a little harder this year. But it all pays off in the end.
Sure.
We all PRs. I mean, some of us dropped 4 or 5 seconds. I mean, it was great, especially just from indoor. I know some of our 800 runners, Dustin, he dropped several seconds just in indoor. So right away we started dropping times and improving quickly, and we knew this year was going to be different.
And how would you say you improved from the beginning of the season to now?
I'd say that I got a lot more condition, so being able to do the 400 hurdles. The warm-ups were more intense. I think I got my form down better, more muscle memory. So, I mean, all around improved as well.
I know we've talked about during the indoor season throughout the winter the ways that it helps prepare you for the outdoor season, but now that we're in the outdoor season, how did it help you prepare?
Definitely, I think helped me with the speed, as I've said before, in the 110s, and then by doing 400s and the 4x4, I think it just helped me increase my endurance. And then switching over just from indoor to outdoor, just already having all that information under me, being able to get used to the warm-ups. You saw the drills that we do. We were able to transition that to do more speed stuff and help drop times.
All right. Well, there's a month between conference and nationals. So what are you doing to prepare?
So we had the meet last week, well this weekend, and we changed our warm-ups. We took out the last drills that I used to do for hurdles, and we replaced it with new drills. A lot more endurance for the 400 hurdles now, so I qualified for those. And so now we're just hard practices and then a couple rests, and then we'll be good to go.
All right. This is your second outdoor nationals appearance, though. So how does that former experience help you prepare for this time?
I think it's going to take a lot of the nerves off for me. I already know what the tracks feels like, how the environment is, where the warm-up's going to be like. I know I'm not going to have a ton of hurdles to warm up with. I know the weather's going to be hot, and I know there's going to be a little bit of wind, but I think already being able to be there and have that experience under me is already going to help.
Sure. All right. Well, for those that are new to track and field, tell us about the difference between the indoor hurdles race, like the 60 meters, compared to the outdoor hurdle races like the 110 and the 400.
Yeah, so for the indoor, there's no distance race. It's just the 60 meters. And, you know, I like that better because at the end of my outdoor races, I quit standing it up, and I slowed down. Coach has really been getting on me about that. So the indoor, it's all about the speed through the first 3 hurdles, because then after that, you just got the final 2 and you're out. But in the outdoor season, I've really had to work on staying tall and be able to maintain my speed throughout the last hurdles, because that's where I stopped pulling away from people and people start either catching up or I start falling back behind the faster people. So there's that. And then the 400 hurdles, that's just its own beast. That's one of the hardest races, I'd say, in track.
Sure.
That's you got to have a lot of mental power to be able to just keep pushing through the pain, because at the end of that, it's really hard to keep hurdling over those last 3 hurdles. It's tough.
And you talk about the mental power. What are some of the things going through your mind during a race?
I'd say, you know, when I start off, I try not to think about the start. I just you push out as hard as you can, and then you just start focusing on just maintaining a nice stride, getting to the next hurdle on the right amount of strides and the perfect steps. And then about the last 150, you have a little voice in your head that's it's telling you, it's like, you're tired. You can quit if you want. You can slow down. But you got to push past it, and you got to say, I'm next to this guy. I can catch him. And you just got to put your arms up, knees up. That's what I think at the end of the race. Arms up, knees up. Got to catch this guy.
All right. Well, what are some of your goals for the outdoor meet? Obviously to win, I'm sure. But besides that,
I think it'd be great to be able to make finals in both events. I know that the 110s might be a little harder. I think I'm sitting a little better in the 400 hurdles. But anything can happen, because I know last year I was like ranked 20th going into the indoor nationals, and I was able to qualify. So if I just have my race that I know I can run, I think I'll be able to qualify for both. And if I could get a top 5 finish in the 400 hurdles, that would be amazing. But really coming home with 2 All-American plaques would be amazing for me.
Right.
High goal to shoot for.
For sure. All right. Well, what are some of your summer plans outside of track?
Ooh. I'll be working at the bookstore, so if you need your books, you can come to the bookstore. I'll be working at B-Dubs also, so if you want medium service, that's me, not the best. But and then just working out. I want to still try to go to the track a couple days a week. But other than that, just relax, work, and work out. Try to enjoy my summer.
No classes or anything?
No, I don't take classes during the summer. I don't believe in that.
All right. Well, so that's going to be nice as you're preparing for this to not have to worry about homework and classes and stuff too, then, right?
Yeah, I think that helped at conference when I PR'd in the 400 hurdles, because I already had all my finals taken, so I was able to get good night's sleep and have to stay up doing homework the past, like the 3 days before the meet. So I really think that helps, and helps you be able to get your mind right, and you can practice whenever you need to. You don't have to schedule earlier practices and be away from their team. So,
what's that like for you, though, having to balance classes and athletics at the same time?
That's pretty tough. I mean, I know on Tuesdays most of the year I was at Earlham practicing by myself, while everyone else would go to Richmond and practice at 3:30. So, so it's tough. I mean, some nights you gotta turn in a paper, don't get much sleep. You wake up, practice gets moved 7 a.m. you got like 6 hours of sleep.
Right.
But you know, I think it all works out. It helps you to get your schedule and to be able to, what's it called? I'm not sure when you're the mental clock. I don't know.
Yeah, just be able to balance everything.
Yeah, be able. Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about today?
No, I think I'm okay.
All right. Well, best of luck. Thanks for joining
Thank you
me.
very much.
All right. Well, there you have it from Seth Reynolds talking about his qualifying for the outdoor track and field meet for nationals. We'll go ahead and take a break, come back and talk more here on Inside IUE Sports.
Life can sometimes be chaotic, and with small children, it can be difficult to get to the doctor.
Hi, Mrs. Towns. How are you doing?
I have a sick little boy right here. I think he might have an ear infection.
With Read Health Now virtual visits, you don't even need to leave your home.
I'll send in a prescription for him.
Quick, easy, convenient.
I don't want to take the kids out today.
Oh, hey, Doc.
Read Health, right beside you, right now.
The leaders of First Bank Richmond encourage their employees to give their best effort towards serving the community. One organization very dear to many First Bank Richmond employees is the Third Grade Reading Academy. First Bank staff volunteers hundreds of hours and even host Academy students on site. Doing great things together stands for First Bank's commitment to continue doing all they can to make life better for their customers and our community. First Bank Richmond and you, doing great things together.
What if a home phone could also be a smartphone? And what if that home phone could save you money on your home and wireless bill at the same time? With Xfinity Voice, you get amazing technology like readable voicemail on your smartphone, caller ID on your TV, and even text messaging, all for a low price. Start saving with unlimited nationwide talk and text and switch to Xfinity Voice for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Almost done.
Now you can pay your bill, manage your appointments, and check your connection status. Anytime, anywhere.
Oh, so you're protesting? Okay.
Introducing Xfinity My Account, available on any device.
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs.
Woohoo!
So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
And welcome back to the season finale of Inside IUE Sports. And as the year wraps up, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee had their annual awards banquet. And joining me to talk about that, Ray Ramsey, Sarah Hornak. Guys, thanks for joining me.
No problem.
No problem.
Well, let's start off by talking about the different awards that were offered, or I guess awarded at this banquet. Start with the Newcomer of the Year award. That went to Dumi Kumwenda. Tell us why he received that award.
So this award went to a first-year athlete at IU East who excelled above the rest of their class, and Dumi Kumwenda won this award. He's a sophomore transfer and second-team all-conference defender and our RSC Men's Soccer Newcomer of the Year.
All right. The Leadership Award, that went to Jacoby Claypool from the men's basketball team. Right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I actually presented it to him, but I wasn't here like all 4 years here with him. But the last 2 years, it just exemplifies the leadership qualities that he have, not just as a basketball player, but in life. And Joe, our athletic director, said it himself, Jacoby has been a point guard for just about all his life, and it exemplifies everything because he held us as a team and himself on a higher level just for success and in our culture as well.
And you being a teammate of his the last 2 years, what's it been like to have him being that leader of the team?
Oh, it's been great. I feel like he does a good job of getting the best out of everyone. Like, he don't shortstop nothing. He makes sure we do hard work each and every day, and he makes sure he gets the best out of all of us.
All right. The Leadership, or the Rufus Award, that went to First Bank Richmond. They are the title sponsor of the homecoming basketball tournament. Sarah?
So this award has been given annually to a community member who has selflessly advanced the Red Wolves athletic program, and it's been selected by the IU East Athletic Department.
Okay. And how did you guys deem them as the recipient of this award?
So they were the title sponsor of the homecoming basketball tournament, and they supported IU East in many other ways.
Okay. Move ahead now, the Coach of the Year Award. That went to Mark Hester of the men's basketball program. Tell us why he was the recipient for that one.
For first and foremost, I think he's a great coach. I mean, he tried to teach us stuff and like get us on top of things each and every day so we could become better. And I wouldn't say more so perfect, but at least like a perfectionist, at least for the most part. But I felt as though through the season, like, we got better and we grown as a team, no matter what happened, win, loss, anything. And I feel like just our accomplishments alone speak for that, but he did a great job of coaching us and keeping us ahead or on task for what we was trying to accomplish.
Okay. The Best Performance Award, that went to Jalen McKay of the men's basketball team for that game-tying shot at the end of overtime. Happened right at the buzzer to force double overtime in the national tournament. But aside from that, how did you guys choose him?
That was crazy, but I think like in that moment, no one really know what was going to happen. And at the game, we chose him, and we felt like he had a good chance to get a good shot off, and that he did. I mean, he normally isn't a jump shooter, but he took a nice jump shot and he knocked it down to take us into overtime, and that eventually got us to the Final Four.
All right. How about the Hart Award, which went to Salvador Campos?
So this award exemplifies an athlete that has overcome adversity and has shown incredible effort and demonstrated toughness. And this went to Chava because he was battling an injury all throughout cross-country season and track season, but he still went to practice every day, and he gave it all that he got. So. Yeah.
All right. And of course, you being a teammate of his, I mean, how was it like to see him there? You know, with that injury, he was there all the time.
I mean, that was encouraging for me. It really encouraged me to go to all practices and just try my hardest. And I think he really showed leadership and heart in that way.
All right. How about the Strength of the Pack Award?
Strength of the Pack Award. Kaylee and you as well. I think you guys do a good job at representing IU East no matter what's going on. And I feel like in mostly athletic events, you guys do a great job of like getting things done and doing things right. So I feel like you guys deserve that pretty much.
All right, appreciate that. How about the Best Moment Award? That went to IU East Volleyball for winning the River Stage Conference title at home.
So for the best moment, this moment is, I'm sorry, I screwed up. This is a moment in and out of competition that the team or individual has done to make a memorable experience inside the team's campus culture. And the IU East volleyball team winning state conference tournament championship on the floor was deemed the best moment.
All right, and the Champion of Character Award, that went to Sarah. Ray, we'll let you do the talking on this.
All right, she deserved it pretty well. I mean, she works pretty hard all the time. She's great in class, so she's great on and off the field, and she does a pretty good job of representing herself. So, I mean, character is something that you can use to describe Sarah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about the year recap for SAC. Of course, both of you representatives, track and field, of course, basketball for you, Ray. How does the committee selected, first of all, for those that don't know? Sarah?
So 2 representatives are selected from each sport by somebody in SAC already, usually. And then we also have a board. So we have like I'm the community chair on the board, and then we have the president, vice president, secretary, and then I can't remember. There's a couple more, like the treasury and the people that deal with financial, but they're selected by people that are already in SAC.
Okay.
And as my position in the community board, or the community service, we set up events through SAC to do community service. Like we went and we worked Head Start, the Boys and Girls Club, and Red Cross, and then we also scheduled the event, the toilet paper run. But we set up events like that, and then we set up a sports banquet all throughout that spring semester.
All right, Ray, talk a little bit about some of the events that you guys put on this past year and what the planning process was like for those.
The planning process is pretty strategic. We try to find something that fits everyone, and I think going to places like to Head Start or to the Boys and Girls Club is pretty good for us because it not only help us as a school, but it gets the community involved and well. And I feel like stuff like that is pretty effective, especially when you move on in life.
Right. Well, the SAC banquet, of course, happens at the end of the year, and all the athletes are there, different community members, different faculty from here at IU East. How long is the planning process for that banquet, and how soon do you guys start, looking at who's going to be considered for each award?
So we start the planning process that very beginning of the spring semester.
Okay.
So we're working throughout the whole semester, just planning what kind of stage we want to get and the music, and we just plan all throughout the spring semester and get that done.
Okay. And Ray, talk about the selection process for the awards.
The selection, it's kind of difficult sometimes because I know everybody don't want to go and spray paint Woofy all the time. But, I mean, we break it down to as simple as possible, and we try to get a vote in or try to find something that fits everybody. And we make sure that it's it's award, it's something that someone would accept as an award.
All right. Well, Sarah, if you had to say anything else about SAC for the 2017-18 year, what would it be?
I would just say I hope that people nominate some really good people and to get SAC started. I know this is only our 3rd year, I believe, as a SAC or doing SAC. So if we get some really good people, that'd be awesome.
Ray, anything else to add?
I actually enjoy SAC. It's pretty good. And I think it's helpful to athletes, not only as athletes, but in other areas as well, to put on applications and stuff like that. So I think SAC is pretty well-rounded.
All right. Well, thank you guys for your time today and taking some time to tell us about the SAC banquet and SAC as a whole for the year. All right, there you have it. Ray Ramsey and Sarah Hornak talking about the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, their awards banquet, and a recap of the year. Well, that wraps up this episode of Inside IU East Sports and this season of Inside IU East Sports. I'm your host, Caleb Gillock. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next year.